A very good afternoon to the students of class 7. Welcome to our social science history class, and today in this class we are going to start the PT2 syllabus, and it is the first chapter from that portion. It is towns, traders and craftspersons. It is chapter number 6 from your history book and page number 75. So, those have history book open, page number 75. Okay. And the name of the chapter is Towns, Traders and Craftspersons. So, Sharona, I am fine. So, I hope you are well also. And so, today we are starting this class. In this class, we are going to discuss the three main types of towns emerged at that time. Okay. So, before starting the class, do one thing, just mention in the chat box present. Okay. Write your name and write present. Okay, so 11 students present today. So, let us begin today's class. So, you have read in the first chapter that when a traveler visiting Indian towns, they have wrote some account, and in the time in the class 6 all you have also read that Huanzhang, Fahian and Yi Singh, this type of foreign traveler, as well as Al-Biruni and Ibn Battuta. So, they travelled different parts of the India and wrote their description in their historical accounts. So, what would a traveller visiting a medieval town expect to find? So, this would depend on what kind of city or town it was. So, at the time mainly there was three types of towns: temple town, administrative town, as well as number 3, the trading town or commercial town. And along with temple towns, all the and some pilgrimage towns also there. Okay. So, first I will discuss about the temple town. So, at the time okay. So, first we will discuss about the administrative towns. Okay. That you read about the Chola dynasty in chapter 2. So, what was there? That the capital of the Chola dynasty was Tanjavur, and in Tanjavur it is situated in the bank of river Kaveri, and Chola king Rajaraja I established Raja Rajeshwara temple in Tanjavur. You have also read in chapter number 5. And so, how was the city at that time? That one hears the bell of Raja Rajeshwara temple built by King Rajaraja Chola from the every nook and corner from the city. So, the townspeople are all praised for its architect Kunjaramallan Rajaraja Peruthachan. Okay. So, Kunjaramallan Rajaraja Peruthachan, who was proudly carved his name on the walls of temple, and inside the temple there is a massive Shiva Linga or deity of the Shiva. So, beside the temple there are palaces with mandapas or pavilion. So, you know that temple was divided into three main parts. The main Shireen, where the deity was placed, is called Garbhagriha, the middle part Mandapa, and the ornamental gateway, third part. So, in the similar way, beside the temple there are some mandapas or pavilions made, where king usually organized his courts, hold court, and issuing orders to the subordinates. And there are also barracks for the army, and beside the temples military barracks or the military settlements also present, because the temples at the time not only the place of worship, it is also the place from where the kings gave his orders and instruction, and as well as the temple also a source of wealth. Lot of people and kings also donated huge amount of wealth into the to the temple, and those wealth also stored inside the temple. These are the property of the chief deity. So, army was there to protect these wealth and the administrative center also. So, in this way those towns are the administrative centers. So, the town is bustling with markets selling grain, spices, cloth and jewellery. So, because of various administrative purposes to meet with the king and his officials, lot of people came every day into the administrative towns, and so that is why there is a big market. So, this market is bustling with people and with selling grain, spices, cloth and jewellery, and water supplied for the towns come from wells and tanks. And the Saliya Weavers of Thanjavur and the nearby town of Urayur, they are busy producing cloth for flag to be used in the upcoming temple festival. So, there is a picture represented represented in your book. It is from the city of Thanjavur, that, and in the city of Thanjavur a weaver community lived. They are called Saliya Weavers. These Saliya Weavers, they lived in a nearby town beside Thanjavur, Urayur, and they produced cloth for the flag festival. They produce cloth for flags to be used in the temple festival, and fine cotton also woven for the king, and normal coarse cotton woven for the common people or normal people. Some distances away another village was situated, that is called Swami Malai, and in Swami Malai the sthapatis or sculptors are making exquisite bronze idols and tall ornamental bell metal lamps. These are also used to worship the chief deity and various religious rituals. And so, Swami Malai at that time was very much famous because of their exquisite bronze idols made by the sculptors, as well as tall ornamental bell metal lamps. And you know that bell metal is also used in today various religious functions and religious rituals. So, next one, it is the temple town and pilgrimage center. So, we have discussed about the administrative town like Thanjavur. So, beside that there are some temple towns, and Thanjavur is not only a administrative town, it is also a temple town, because you know that this city was built around a temple, and the process by which these cities developed, the temples were often the central to the economy and society. So, rulers built temples, so in the temple towns like Tanjavur, to demonstrate their devotion to the various deities, and they also endowed temples with grants of land and money to carry out elaborate rituals. They also donated huge lands to the temple, also giving money to for their elaborate rituals, paid the pilgrims and priests and the salary of the priests, also the celebrate festivals. Pilgrims who flocked to the temples also made donations. So, like today, lot of temples also present in India, temples towns such as Tirupati, Tirumalai. It is the richest temple in India, and lot of people also donated here, but at that time the kings, most of the wealth given by the king, they also donated huge land to the temple for their elaborate rituals, and the crops grown on the agricultural field donated to the temple used to feed the devotees and the pilgrims who came every day to give some offering to the temple and to watch the deity. Okay. It is called Mahaprasad also every day, in Mahaprasad also distributed in various temples in India. Okay. They also celebrate some festivals, and this money donated by the pilgrims and kings used to celebrate these festivals. Also, it was given to the as a remuneration to the priest who lived there. Hundreds of priests lived there and served for the deity. They also received their remuneration from that money, and also various festivals also celebrated. Temples authorities use their wealth also to finance the trade and banking. They not only use their money to feed the devotees or celebrate rituals and festivals or giving the remuneration of the priest, it also used to finance trade and banking activity, and gradually a large number of priests, workers, artisans, traders, etc., settled near the temple to cater to its needs and those of the pilgrims. So, in this way, different people from different occupations, they started settling near the temple one by one. Okay. Like the traders, like artisans, the everyday daily wage workers, the priest, etc. Sometimes the dancers also who served in the temple, who dance in the temple, the musicians, the garlanders, these people also. So, in this way the temple towns grew. Okay. And towns emerged around temples such as those of Vilashwamin or Vilsha or Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh. There are some other examples of temple towns in different parts of the India, such as Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh, Somnath in Gujarat. You know Somnath temple destroyed several times and plundered several times by Mahmud of Ghazni. And other important temple towns including Kanchipuram and Madurai in Tamil Nadu. Madurai is the capital of Pandya dynasty, and Meenakshi temple was there, and town was emerged around the Meenakshi temple. And Tirupati, Tirumalai, it is in Andhra Pradesh, is an example of temple town. Except this, some other pilgrimage center also emerged, such as Vrindavan. It was said in Mahabharata that it is the birthplace of Lord Krishna. So, that is why in Uttar Pradesh in Vrindavan, okay, it was established, pilgrimage center was established, and Tiruvannamalai in Tamil Nadu also established as a pilgrimage center. So, these and these are such two towns established as a pilgrimage center. Lot of devotees every day they visited those two towns. Except this, another example is Ajmer, Rajasthan, where it is the capital of the Chauhan kings in the 12th century. You have read in 3rd chapter, and later become the Suba headquarters under the Mughals, Ajmer, and it provides an excellent example of religious coexistence. Every day lot of Hindu and Muslim people and other people from different religious community, they gathered here to visit the Dargah of Khwaja Mainuddin Chishti, and it was celebrated, it was a celebrated Sufi saint. He was a celebrated Sufi saint who settled there in 12th century. And devotees also attracted from all creeds towards this Dargah. Okay, and near Ajmer there is a lake dug by the Rajput kings. It is the Pushkar lake, which is also the main attraction for the pilgrims from the ancient time. Okay, students, so these are the pilgrimage centers, and these pilgrimage centers also established around the main attraction. So surrounded the Pushkar lake, surrounded the Khwaja Mainuddin Chishti's Dargah. In Vrindavan, it is surrounded around the birthplace of Sri Krishna. Okay, in Tiruvannamalai. Creeds means different caste, okay, different group of people. It means creeds, different people from different beliefs. Okay. Yes. So students, these are some important temple towns and pilgrimage center established at the time in India. And except these three actually, some towns also there, those who have the features of trading town, have the features of administrative town, and has the feature of temple town. Okay, so three features together in one town, such as Tanjavur. Okay, it is not only administrative, trading town or temple town, the three features also present in Tanjavur. Okay. So from this chapter we have seen the different temple towns, such as Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh, Villaswamin or Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh, Somnath in Gujarat, Kanchipuram, Tanjavur, Madurai and Tiruvannamalai in Tamil Nadu, Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, Ajmer in Rajasthan and Vrindavan in Uttar Pradesh. So students, I hope you have understood. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. So thank you everyone. See you in the next class with another subunit in geography. Okay. So next day we will discuss another chapter from geography. So thank you everyone. Bye.